So here we are. This is the bathroom to what will be the second, or either the largest or the second largest suite in the can't remember where's that this morning, the Chateau. This has a lot wrong with it, as every area in the Chateau did before we started. We've already pulled out the shower, which was here, which had a leak. It was a bit of a makeshift shower. It had no shower tray. We didn't know this, by the way. And basically what it was wood with tiles on top. And we've been using this bedroom since we bought the Chateau. And what happened was the first night we went to have a shower, we stood on the tiles and the water came flooding downstairs into the room below, which is the playroom. So since that very first time, we have not used this shower, and we've had to use showers. We've had a working toilet, working sinks, and we've had to use basically facilities in all the bathrooms. So it's come now the time to get this bedroom and bathroom sorted. So this is the before. And we have lots to do in here. All the tiles are coming off. I'll show you later. Julian's taking the tiles off, removing the sinks. Then we'll get on to plastering. We've got a couple of floorboards to replace, window to renovate. And yeah, so this is the before shot. And we will show you the progress as we go along. Not disastrous. It's got all the tile adhesive stuff on it, hasn't it? Gosh, it's a right chunk. Yeah. That's good to replaster, isn't it? That wall seems better that you're just about to do.
Not finished yet. Right at the bottom.
Oh, I'm looking forward to plastering this. Hello. Morning all. So it's the day after. Julian has now removed all the tiles. And the sun is out. So, what did it end up like? Well, could be worse, could be better. This wall, as I suspected, was a little bit better. So it's always nice to have a wall that is going to be a little bit better. But now we can see into the other room. So this was a stud wall. This obviously was one large wall at some point, but I do think there was a different wall put in here before this stud wall. So I do know that the somebody who owned the house previously did do this stud wall. So our plan for this, we haven't taken the sinks out yet because we are using this bedroom, and just until I've plastered the rest, I'm going to start off on this side round here and do the ceiling. Julian is busy back on the kitchen at the moment. We're swapping between he's swapping between the kitchen and the living room. He's got a few days on the kitchen. But when you see this video, actually, he'll have been doing a little bit of work on the living room. We are swapping and changing because we're waiting on parts for different things. So the kitchen, we've been waiting on tiles still. It was meant to be here on the 6th of May. We're a week over that. lost in transit, lost in translation I think sometimes here. My fault perhaps, not speaking the language very much, but it isn't always clear with the online shopping here, and online is the only thing we could do up until recently because of the coronavirus shutdown. So what I'm showing you now is what used to be an old doorway. And we had thought about what could we do with this bedroom, because the bedroom beyond here also had another little leak in the shower, which went into the same room downstairs, which was the playroom, and we discovered it this winter. It was a very slow leak, and it was rotting the chipboard that the shower tray was stood on, and we didn't know. And then all of a sudden it started to come through very, very slowly as a trickle. You couldn't even see it coming through, we just saw the wall getting a little bit wet downstairs in the playroom. So this was a bedroom that my daughter was using previously. So we've ripped all the shower out. We have electrics there that we need to sort because they were powering a light switch and fan in this little cubicle area, which is what it was. A little partition cubicle had been put up to put this bathroom in, and it was always a really disjointed bedroom. There you see a previous doorway, which had been made into a wardrobe. This bedroom has a beautiful view of our gardens to the left, which you haven't seen yet, and the pool area. So we basically took that bit of floorboard out, which was rotten. Unfortunately, the structural beams, everything is all sound, so we just have to replace the floor. And we want this bedroom to have a bathroom, but we don't want to put it in here. So the idea was, how can we make this bathroom a Jack and Jill bathroom? And that's the plan now. But our thoughts were, do we put a doorway here originally before we took the tiles off and realised that it was just we knew it was a partition wall, but we didn't realise that the tiles would take off the plasterboard. But as you can see there, the waste is there, and the waste goes for these sinks down through this woodwork under the radiator, and then down basically into the floor below where there's a partition, and then it goes out to the septic tank, which is just outside this wall in the chapel garden. So we didn't really want to come through there and reconfigure all that, because we're going to put up another stud partition on the other side of this. But this now has revealed the ideal place, we think, to put a door. So the plan is now is when we redo the plasterboard and everything, because these sinks are obviously going, we are probably having double sinks, but they're going to move up slightly in a little old sort of buffet unit that we've got that's going to be repurposed. They're going to move up slightly, and it is the width. The sinks will be slightly smaller, and the width is smaller as well. So there will be room for a doorway here, which can be a pocket door. And you can see this was a doorway at some point, we believe, because the floorboards are running a different way. There's one missing there. So that's what we think. So that's the plan now. And then what this will be is it will be able to be, as part of the chambre d'hôte, it will be able to be a family suite. So we can, this room will be available as an individual room. It's got some of the best views. It's got 4 windows altogether, including the bathroom. So it's got windows out to our forest and wooded area. You have a view of the Pyrenees from the bedroom. So yeah, all this will be reconfigured, but before then I've got to get in with my plastering. So I'm going to get on painting the living room. Julian's just doing some remedial work on the floor, which we'll show you in a bit. And then after that, then I'm in here And this is the room that I will be renovating. And then Julian will come in and do the plumbing and electrics. So yeah, that's the update, that's where we are. But as ever, there's a lot of prep work to do before I even get on to the plastering. So please wish me luck, because I am still a very, very novice plasterer. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on the room. No, Julian does not have COVID.
You might though.
Yeah, well, we all might. Anyway, that's a different story. So, Julian is about to start lightly sanding the floor. It's not bad, but there is, particularly over here, there's some wear and tear. We haven't actually given you an update since we finished the skirt, or you finished the skirting boards, have we? So, how was that to do, Julian?
How was what to do?
The skirting boards, were they?
I can't remember, that's...
That's a week ago or so. Right, well, what was...
I've slept since.
Well, we just haven't...
were fine, it was okay to do, yeah. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I think it was easier probably than you expected,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So, and it looks better than I expected. It's not... Sorry. No, I don't mean that. It's just, there was such a there to start off with that what we ended up with now is we've got a few little bits to do around the doors because the skirting's higher than the plinth around the corners, and it always was, so it's a bit awkward. So we've got some beading to do there, but no, it's a lot better, and we'll see how it lasts. We were talking before about caulking and how much of a nightmare we had in the last property with it, so we chose not to go with caulking on top of the skirts this time, and we've gone with just traditional filler, so we'll see. But all in all, good job. So really pleased with that. So where we're up to now, as I said, is the ceilings had another coat of paint. So because that is done, pretty much, behind me we've got a bit to do. Before we start painting the walls and skirting, you're about to start sanding, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're just going to do a light sand. We've just started, and then we're going to apply the colour back on the wood, stain and protect, after the walls have been done. So that's the order. Ceiling's done, now the sanding, then the walls can be painted, then probably the floor stain, and then skirts and doors and windows. So we'll see how we go, but it's like from reading online, it's the first time we've done a floor, and it's like a chicken and egg situation. You know, you can do the walls first, you can do the floor first, but either way you've got to protect either the others. So I didn't want to start painting the walls the colour and then getting upset that everywhere was dusty, and yeah. So I'll leave it to it, and then we'll hopefully have an update when we've got the floor sanded.
Okay.
All right, see you soon. Now, you may wonder why I'm taking a video, but can you see what's at the kitchen window there? We had a problem with mice a few weeks ago in our polytunnels, eating all our seedlings, and literally 2 weeks ago, so about 2 weeks after the problem,
2-3 weeks.
yeah, we started seeing some cats around the farm. Obviously you have a pest and nature sorts itself out sometimes, and this is a black cat, and we haven't named it yet, but it seems to now live at the farm. It's here is wild, we think. I thought it was going home every evening, but Julian says he's seen it all the time, really early, first thing in the morning, late at night when we put the chickens away, and it's getting a little bit more brave, as you can see. First off, it wouldn't come any closer than 100 yards, it was in the fields, but now it seems to want to make friends, so I'm going to go and try. See what it does. I'm really surprised he or she has not run away, so let's have a look. And she's already run away. There she goes. Off she goes. Oh well. She's getting braver, so maybe next time. So finally, the most important room in the chateau is finished. Do you want to see it? Yep, it's the office. Sorry for those of you who are disappointed. But this was the room that I was working on the next to last video that you saw. Took a little bit longer to finish than I anticipated, and these things always do. But it is pretty much done now, and this will be the Chateau's office, made out of the old servant's stairwell. So these are some Victorian brick molds. Our style's pretty much character, classic, with a contemporary vintage twist. Completely made up there, but we do like mixing styles and themes. And just some brick molds with some little brass frames in. These are twins when they were Poppy and Lilly, when they were toddlers. And Holly. Julian and I on our wedding day. Pretty much how our life is. Me saying go fetch and Julian saying yep, okay. Poppy and Lilly. And what's over here? Holly. And yeah, us two. So that's it. Simple room, done and dusted. Obviously joking when I said it was the most important room in the chateau. It's what Julian said before. I said, oh, I'm going to take an after photo, do a little bit of a reveal of the office, and he was like, seriously? Like, yeah, people saw me working on it, so why not show it? So that's it. C'est fini. It's finished. It's complete. So, see you soon.